Welcome back to another TK Breezy video. We have got some more information from the Wadi stuff, thanks to Technicals, who has conducted a couple interviews with Wadi and Squirk, and put that in the video. Now, understandably so, a lot of people, it's Technicals, I don't want to watch his content. Okay, fine, it's cool. I watched it for you. You don't have to watch anymore. I did it. Okay, but we'll get into that. But first things first, let me put some good news in front of this though, or some cool news. Okay. And then we'll hop straight into it. Other thing too, just while we're here, since we're at the beginning of the video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like, follow, subscribe, anything that you can hit on these, goes a long way in this channel. And if you haven't already, come over to the stream at twitch.tv/tkbreezy to come over here and hit a follow and a subscribe as well. Those go a long way. I very much appreciate that if you like the content. All right. So this is cool. If you're wondering what's going on in Japan right now, GACT is best at flying Pasteriman on Mountain Fuji at 6 a.m. in the morning with full EGS coverage and Naoto commentary. How fucking cool is that? These guys are on Mount Fuji playing Smash Brothers. Oh, you guys didn't even get a chance to see it. Well, my fault. Let me go back and do it again. Wow, look at this. One more time. Wow, on Mount Fuji. Or Fuji. They're having a great time. He's in his jersey still. It seems cold as fuck up there. So yeah, bro, they were doing that on the mountain. That's really cool. Anyway, now that we moved on past that, let's talk about this Wadi stuff, bro. So well, we got the video first, and then Wadi tweeted this, and he said, "Hey everyone, please watch Technicals video for an update on everything. Some of you may not be fond of Technicals, but if you care at all about me or the situation and want an unbiased and updated version of everything that's been going on, watch the video." Wait, watch the video, right? That's what he says. Now, as you can see, this didn't go that well because one, you said Technicals, and you know how the community feels about Technicals. But two, like the community hive mind in this thing, like once you're a bad guy, you're just a bad guy forever, right? The mind is made up, like you're gonna have to hold that shit, right? So we got all kind of quote retweets, saying L Technicals or L you worked with Technicals, blah blah blah. Technicals in here with a quote retweet. Nobody hit us with this, if Technicals is defending you, it's safe to assume you're guilty of all charges, all that good stuff. My lawyer, whatever. All right. So the thing is that, like, regardless if you dislike Technicals or not, he is the only person that's gonna be able to provide that information or like this look into that thing, because nobody else went out to go and interview Wadi. I damn sure wasn't gonna do that. So regardless if you like him or the way he presents his videos, there's still information in there that is worth the watch. In my opinion, like if you really wanted to listen to Wadi's side of the things, it's in there. If you wanted to hear more from Squirk, it's in there. But it's all good. Don't worry. I got you covered. I did it myself. And I even brought some notes with me. So if you need a quick timeline of why we are even here, we got Juno drops a tweet longer stating coercion by Wadi and amongst other things. But that was one of the bigger things that was in there. Wadi drops a response saying Juno persistently pressured him to let her live with him when he had mentioned before he was not ready, stated that they had mutual respect for each other's libido, thus basically saying that like that incident that she described did not happen. Which then after that, Squirk drops a response saying that like him and Wadi had some relations, stating that he was 15 or 16 at the time that Wadi and him like hooked up, to which then Wadi hit us with one of these. But now he's back. So yeah, just like I'm back. Yeah, you know what I mean? Or he's yeah. So we got one of those real quick. And yeah, anyway, as we keep moving here, we got more info from the video that we definitely did not have before, just looking at the twit longers and whatnot. So first things first, Wadi deactivated because he wanted to process his thoughts and get away from death threats, which is totally understandable. That has happened quite a bit in the Smash community, where someone does something wrong and then people start, giving them death threats and whatnot. And I would never agree with death threats. Obviously, I think that's like super fucking lame. Like, do the like sure, you can be upset with that person, and sure, we can just not fuck with that person anymore. But like to go out your way to tell somebody to go kill themselves is like not cool at all. Oop. And that was loud as hell. And then we have the interview. So in the interview, Wadi states that he told Juno at the start that he wasn't looking for anything serious. He gave her a place to stay because Click, her roommate, was appearing very psychopathic and shady. She basically moved in because of this reason. She says she wrote the twit longer because they broke up. He also said that they would joke about around that if they broke up, she would cancel him, and numerous people have warned him. Tech argues the point Juno made that Wadi fetishizes trans women by saying his previous dating history was of cis women. And I can't fully agree with that, because just because you have like a preference and what you end up dating is not the same. Like, I mean, being a pan and bi person, like, it is like understandably so why he can still date cis women. But like off history, yeah, you can look at the history and be like, yeah, man, he's got 2 cis women girlfriends that we know of. But like, you know, like, I don't know what his fetishes is, and I really don't care at this point in time. So that's kind of like it was just a weird argument. I think it's weird to like put that that energy out there from Juno, but I also think it's weird to like combat that energy as well. Like, I think that's just like a statement you gotta be like, all right, man, I don't fucking know, so I'm gonna keep it moving, right? Wadi claims the oral thing was an agreement that they had after a tournament that he won, but the day they agreed upon it, she did not deliver, which was fine. And then some days later, he jokingly brought it up again, to which she did. That is the incident she talks about in her twit longer. But he says there was nothing wrong with the interaction, and that they went on about things normally after. Tech then pretty much dismisses sexual coercion. You know, and I can't really agree with that. There is definitely grounds to like power. Like, not everything is obviously going to be like the big R word or whatever, but like there's definitely grounds to power dynamics where it does feel like you're kind of like jailed into that. You know what I mean? Like, she's in this house living rent free, as he says, and or as she says, and like, if the person who is like paying for all your shit and your safety is like, I'm trying to have sex, and like you are like at least like kind of down, but like maybe not down all the time, but you still do it like to go along with your safety, that is borderline getting to the point of coercion. So now, if we're going to believe Wadi's story, it doesn't really sound like that's exactly what happened. But I mean, again, it's more of a he said, she said situation. It's not all black and white, basically. There's so many other like layers in between that where it can be something else. You know, she says what she says, he says what he says. Okay. Tech does indeed call Wadi a shit boyfriend, which is true. Doesn't seem like he's really good at that boyfriend thing. He does call Juno out for her actions of moving in with someone you didn't like because of financial turmoil, which is also true. If you read her twit longer, she was basically saying that, like, you know, at the beginning of it, she wasn't even really into him like that. And then, you know, things can change for sure. But like, that's just like it's a rough sell when you like, oh yeah, I didn't even really like dude for real. But, you know, and then he said I could live with him. So yeah, kind of a rough sell on that one. When we go to the second twit longer with the one with Squirk was not 15 or 16. He was actually 17. Which at the time 17, and then Wadi was 20. In Virginia, the age of consent there is 18, and it's like a hard 18. It's like if me and my girlfriend are 17 and we date, right? And then like I turn 18 like 3 or 4 months ahead of her. Like, technically, if we have sex in that 3 to 4 month time period, like I could actually be in trouble for that. like Virginia is very fucked up with their laws, which is crazy too, because if Squirk and Wadi did this shit in Maryland, the age of consent in Maryland is 16 with the I'll say plus or minus, but I think it's just plus range of 40 of 4 years. So it would be legal in Maryland. He's 17, he's 20, whatever. Now, I'd say if you're starting to say the word you're not saying teen in your thing anymore, you should probably just stop fucking with teenagers. So, like, if you're 19, you're hooking up with a 17-year-old, all right. You're 20, hooking up with a 17-year-old. Like, is it the end of the world? No, it's a little weird, probably. And honestly, state dependent, you might get fucked over for it. Now, if Wadi was 27 and or not even 27, if Wadi was 22 or 23, I'd be like, all right, bro, you're a little off. But 20 and 17 is not that crazy of a gap, and it probably happens quite more than you think. I mean, like 19, 16, 18, 15, whatever. Y'all just happen to keep aging up and it's whatever. In my personal opinion, it wouldn't be something that I would do. At the ripe age of 34, I barely want to talk to anybody that's under 26 or 27. So, but like, it's weird. It's definitely weird. I feel like, you know, at that, depending on how you got to that point, like, you know, whatever. But like, yeah, I just don't want to be like running around calling this man a for this thing that happened over 7 years ago. And he has not shown any signs that he has continuously done it. Now, Wadi's dating history, as I said, in itself, I've always, like, you know, like you being 27 and seemingly always seeming to find, you know, you went from Joy, who was like 20 at the time, to then Juno, who was like 19 at the time. Like, that to me is weird, but at the same time, it's not illegal. So, hey, man, do your thing. For me specifically, like, what's going on here, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's like, what's popping? But anyway, as we move past that part, Squirt says he was actually completely fine with everything that happened between them, which, I mean, okay, cool. Like, that's just a point from the video. I don't think it's like one that holds like a crazy amount of weight, but like just something to put out there. The VA age of consent laws are indeed ass. And then he also goes over the Zephyr's house and the Promelia stuff. I did not know Promelia was only 2 years younger than me, bro. That nigga's old, bro. I was like, what the fuck? Like, and then I forgot he was even part of that, like, that situation. That's the same reason why I say you VA niggas can stay VA. But anyway, so if you didn't know, the Zephyr house, like a lot of the people from Sova end up staying up there in the Zephyr's house, and just all kind of debauchery apparently happened there. That's kind of where a lot of the things happen. I think that's probably where the senpai stuff happened too. But yeah, just a lot of things happen in the Zephyr house. And Zephyr's, I'm pretty sure, is older than me. So yeah, not a good look. And then last but not least, Click. Def tried to clout chase with his tweets about the dumb Wadi joke. Wadi made a joke about, like, after he beat Click, he got so hard. Is it a stupid joke? Yes. But Click tried to turn that shit into something like more than it was. It was just a very dumb joke. And I'm glad that people were like, Click, you're a clown, because yeah, you're a clown for that, bro. Like, wasn't a fan of that. And yeah. So yeah, that's everything that happened in the tech video. As far as my opinion, I think that Wadi also said, before we finish, Wadi also said he has no intentions of coming back, and that's good. So I think at this point in time, like, do I think that Wadi is like the scum of the earth? No. Do I think that he definitely is a shit boyfriend and probably emotional manipulator? Yeah, a little bit. And do I think that he should be banned forever? As in, like, do I think he's like a safety to the community? I don't think he's a safety hazard to the community by any means, but at the same time, I think that a lot of the times when these people get canceled, that, like, regardless of what you can do to try to come back, I just think it's not going to be a welcoming environment for you to try to come back. So there's just like no point for you to try to come back. You know what I mean? The hoops that you have to jump through to be able to safely go through a tournament and like can resume your life again in the Smash community just seems like such a waste when you can go and do anything else with your life than to try to appease to a bunch of 16-year-olds. Like, this community has changed in the better and for the worse at the same time. I think people are definitely a lot more aware of their actions, but the hypervigilant shit, yeah, as Aeon said, is fucking terrible. Like, you literally can't do anything now that's even seen as remotely bad. And I'm not even talking about like sexual stuff. Like, I'm talking about like anything. You make a bad joke, people try to cancel you over that. You're too mean to someone at some point in time, people try to cancel you over that. You go in the venue, you stink too long, people try to cancel you over that, although you should be canceled for that. Stop fucking coming to my venue stinking and shit, boy. Anyway, but yeah, I just like, it's a real issue. I think everybody want to come through and just kind of like dunk on whoever they can dunk on, and be like, look at me, I'm the better person, because like this guy is so shitty, but like not me though, not me. Like, I'm great, you know what I mean? Like, and everyone should like love me because I'm great. And it's just so not cool. Like, I mean, I know for a fact that like some take in this video is going to be taken out of context, and they're gonna be like, oh my god, like, look, he agrees. And I'm like, no, I don't agree with any of the shit that happened. I just think that like Wadi is not the fucking super villain that people want him to be out. I just think he happens to be a very shit boyfriend and potentially emotional manipulator. But no, I don't think he's preying on young children, and I don't think he will continuously play our young children or anything like that. Yeah, at this point in time, like, even if there was a reason for him to come back, I think that he already said he wanted to retire, and just the uphill battle that you have to fight to come back in this community is just so not worth it. It's not even a good story. Like, I think everyone kind of loses here. I think Juno loses because like now her story is going to get like called into question and credibility. And also, you know, like with this, the biggest thing that really stuck out is that, like, if they were really joking about like that shit, if they were really joking about the fact that like, oh, if you break up with me, I'm gonna cancel you, and then he broke up with her and then she actually did it. Do you know how fucking lame that is, bro? We used to joke about you know, canceling. You know, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Like, if that's actually a joke that they was doing, that's crazy, bro. Like, are you real? Like, that's the that shit is crazy, bro. But like, yeah, I mean, like, she's gonna get called into question. Wadi still loses because he's still on the outs. I do think that Wadi definitely needed some type of wake up call before he had like continued this cycle. But I just feel like the way that this was done was like, the community still loses because we have to talk about this again, because that's what we do here in Smash community. Everybody, like, as I said, the virtue signal is at an all-time high, and for what, man? Like, I think there's a lot of like, look, man, I'm trying to make the community better without actually making the community better. Like, it's just like, look, I'm here to like police, but like, I'm not here to actually come up with any ideas of like how to make things better. This is genuinely why I don't comment on a lot of things until like shit comes out much later. And then even then, like, I still am like, my takes on most things are always like, I don't want to pitchfork anybody unless we really need some pitchforking. Like, you know, if some dude is out here talking to multiple like 15, 14-year-olds, yeah, let's fucking pitchfork for that guy. Like, let's beat his ass. You know what I mean? But like, for these one-off and two-off situations that happened years ago, or you know, things like that, and like, I'm not gonna continue to pitchfork. I'm like, hey, that guy's kind of shitty, and I understand if the community doesn't feel safe around him, but I think once you like, the banning's done, even if we don't even put you in like a code of conduct. Once you get quote tweeted by too many niggas virtual signaling on top of your shit, it's over. it's literally over, bro. I can't believe he would do this. A person like me would never do something like this, says 500 quote tweets. Yeah, it's over for you, bro. You can't show your face again, bro. So like, you may not even be canceled, but you're fucking canceled, like 100%. So yeah, man, like, I mean, I had my own little run in that one time that I was slightly mean to that Steve player who was not building any blocks or doing any good type of Steve shit in the first game, and then they was quote tweet me as a commentator, I would never do anything like that. You would never catch. But yeah, I was getting cooked online for that. And I was like, bro, y'all really took this like 1 minute clip and tried to define my whole life off of this, like, as if I didn't drop the hottest top 8 right after that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just it's shit like that. It's shit like that, bro. Like, the virtue signal in this thing is crazy. It's also crazy to see that was an issue that happened when Meister flipped off Syrup for after he won, and Syrup as a kid, and like, some people were like, well, it's the spirit of competition, and then people are going around telling the other 16-year-old Steves to go kill themselves. So I, on commentary, can be like, this Steve not playing Steve that well, and I'm worse than you telling this Steve player to kill himself? I'm just looking for where that fucking makes sense. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If we have anything else to talk about in the future, we will definitely talk about it. But at the end of the day, I think the bottom line of this is like, hey man, you know, Wadi, like, I'm sorry shit happened to you, but at the same time, I'm glad, like, you know, I'm glad that you are in therapy. Like, I do not agree that you are a pedophile by any means. I do think, again, that you happen to be a kind of shit boyfriend and kind of sometimes a little emotionally manipulative, but it sounds like you're getting work for that. So, you know, good job on that. Wadi before this was like in the Army Reserve, so it's not like he's just like I can only do Smash and nothing else. So, you know, best of luck in life, and I hope that like this shit doesn't chase you forever, because that shit sucks. And I hope that you get the help that you need in the future. So, yeah, man, goddamn, this community sucks. That's all I can really say, man. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and yeah. Peace. That situation fucking sucks, bro. Situation's some ass. Like, just it's just a lot of dumb shit all together, bro.